and say, I think this woman needs to be sectioned. She's screaming like a lunatic.
Carry on shouting and I'll post you all over the FYP page.
Oh my God! Wow, Lion Queen, thank you!
Can you smell that? What is that? Sheep, is it? It's cows? No, I know what it is. It's bullshit.
And during the time I studied law,
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I had access to databases for free.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Before meeting Kevin, I did do my checks with all I was hearing, and there was nothing.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'll say this clearly for the trolls at the back. Kevin does not have any criminal record whatsoever.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Kevin has never been accused of a sexual offence before or outside of TikTok.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But the majority that turned on him on TikTok do have criminal convictions or
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
have a very serious allegation against them.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But these facts have never mattered. Just calling Kevin out for being a beg, a tramp in a council house, how he sits in his room dressed like a teenager.
Well, if the boot fits...
Well, hold on. Aren't they all?
Wrong.
I won't control him. When I'm around him, yes, I will. Yeah, I'll control him. Bloody damn right, I'll control him.
Tell him to let me back in those boxes now, bruv. Tell him, bruv. You need to tell him, mate. Tell him to let me back in those boxes now, bruv. Tell him, bruv. You need to tell him, bruv. Tell him to let me back in the boxes. No, bruv, just Chris Knight. Tell him to let me back in those boxes. Tell him. You need to tell him to let him back in those boxes now. Tell him, bruv. Tell him to let me back in those boxes. Seriously, tell him to let me back in those boxes, bruv. Tell him.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Tanya Tracy defending the indefensible, her new best friend no contact coach.
All live gifts are going to Ukraine at midnight tonight. Mr. UK TikTok official, if you don't want to give a live gift, go to my website, MrUKTikTok.com. You can give on there, you'll find my PayPal. Everything at midnight will go to Ukraine. Mr. UK TikTok official.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop your fucking lying.